Okay, am I streaming? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, so hold on, let me just text someone and try and get like the link and stuff and see if this is working. Okay, so yeah, I did not, crap, I was not meaning to start streaming already. Um, ooh boy, this is embarrassing. Crap, do I have spoilers here? Thank God, no I don't. Yeah, it's tough because, oh jeez, I probably shouldn't have made the thumbnail what it is, but I lost the typical stream thing I use, and that's a problem because, of course it's a problem. And I just kind of decided I'm not, I'm too lazy to make something immediately. So, I'm just gonna use that little needle thing from the trailer. Which, oh boy. I mean, it's a needle, and the game is called Eye of a Needle, so I think that's pretty obvious that there's some importance. Yeah, very hyperpop inspired. It actually has the melody from. What the fuck? Let's let's see if I'm gonna continue this or if it's doomed to just. There's a lot. I might need to cut back on. It's really obvious the scene aesthetic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut back on this. Especially because it's literally just like you can it's obvious. No, I don't know where to continue this. don't know where to go from here. Okay, yeah, that can work. That's... Shit. That's someone else's melody. God damn it. No, that's not a good face. Let's hope this sounds okay. Maybe I wait a little bit longer. this song in the trash because I don't know how I want it to go. And womp womp. So hold on. How many songs is this again? 52. Okay, so I have a decent soundtrack. I don't really need to make more songs. It's just like, at least not right now. I've got the songs I need for chapter 1 pretty much done. Except for the fact that I'm going overkill with a certain mechanic that, I'm not going to spoiler it, but, it doesn't matter to gameplay. It's just something which I thought would be fun. A little fun bit of characterization. Leaning into the aesthetic a little bit. Oh god, I don't know. Hold on. Killing you. Bye. So what I might do first to start off is I might actually, no, I'm not making music right now. I'm in Game Maker. Hold on, let me plug in my thumb drive, which has literally everything Eye of a Needle. I actually show it. Hold on. Let me set up my, no, I don't need to. This is for something fun that I did, oh god, I should make a VTuber model. Kill me. Kill me for thinking that. Whoop! You can look here. See? It's a key. Ooh. Wait, can you see that? Huh. If you look, it's a key. It has a little heart on it. Look. This has lore. Everything has lore. Even the stuff outside of the game has lore, except for... I guess some of Lana's DeviantArt profile is lore. I'm just gonna remove this. Should I show Lana's DeviantArt? Hold on. Yeah. So, Lana actually has a DeviantArt. Yeah, you can look here. God, the fucking... you can look and see some of the stuff she makes, like Gray Hands. this little piece of art, which doesn't really have the best lighting. Mel dancing. I should post more on her DeviantArt. OST. Come on. Okay. Hey, hold on. Ah! Let me create an entire soundtrack folder. Muse. Oh God. Oh fuck. Sabida da caramel dancing. Ooh ooh oh ah. Wow. Ooh 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 oh ah. Ooh 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 oh ah. Ooh 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 oh ah. Da 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 da. Sabida da 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 da. Oh, I don't know how. I switched to Game Maker and I don't know Game Maker. How the hell do I do this? Hold on, let me try just freaking. Yeah. Oh crap. Oh shit. No, no, no! You guys got spoilered! What the fuck does streamed mean? Well, Lighthouse, we're moving you to Muse. Okay. Lighthouse. Woo! I am so fucking stupid. I'm actually such an idiot. Crap, I need to take my inhaler. Hold on. Actually, no. I'm just gonna call it something normal. I'm not at that. Yeah, I have this issue. What do I want the aspect ratio of the game to be? let's go with... Hold on. Okay, wait. I need to... I searched for Tenna. Why am I getting bras? struggling so freaking much. Oh God. I don't know where to go with development. Oh God, this project was a mistake. I should have never freaking rushed into it so fast. But I stay silly. Okay, so, am I fucked? See, this is the most accurate no. Oh shit, my mic's been off? Okay, so, this is the most accurate description of my process. It's a mess and I have no idea what I'm doing ever. God damn it. Oh God. I'm sorry, I'm falling off. It's not enough. I'm deserving. I'm yearning. What can I call it? Love. Screw, I'm just gonna play some Fortnite. This is a Fortnite stream now. I'm gonna turn off my desktop audio. You guys can't hear that now. This is intentional because last time I did this I got copyrighted. I can just look away if I can be your idol. Behold my rise to fame, awards and accolades. I'll put them on a frame, the world will know my name. Ah. Please help me. I'm sorry, I'm falling off. It's not enough. Undeserving, I'm yearning. What can I call it? Love. That sounds so good. Flop era. Flop era, we need more Naru. We really need more Naru. It's sad. It's sad that we don't get enough. It's really sad, you know, that we don't get enough of Akita. I can't do a Trump voice. I can't mock John President. Without so yeah, this is now just a Fortnite stream. I suppose I might be productive later. I'm so freaking hyper. I'm so silly core. I'm so whimsy. I'm so singing and dancing and frolicking in the forest core. I'm such a whimsy little creature. Whoa, that's badass. That kicked ass. I love Miku. If you couldn't. I'll just be going over lore. Lore stuff. Lana's favorite animal is a cat. This is actually important. Cats have a bit of sympathy. Kind of. Because they are somewhat associated. Fun fact, cats were Oh god, can I say that without spoiling it? Without spoiling literally the most important part of the story. The one, like, I've basically completed the entire sound, right? I'm not one to shy away from sharing what I've already done. So, you know, that means that I'm actually trying to hide something from you guys. Like, you guys have access to songs all the way in chapter... You guys technically have access to a song from chapter 7, although it is unlisted, accessible. It's a strange situation. Strange set of circumstances. Okay, I am getting off. So, Lana has ADHD, and I'm pretty positive that I'm going to write her accurately because, so Lana, here's my philosophy in writing a character. Generally speaking, unless a large portion of your story is about, like, the oppression a certain group faces, or, like, what it's like to live with it. With disabilities, it's a bit different. Or, like, you know, disorders, it's a bit different. But, generally speaking, like, I see so many people talking about, like, oh my god, this person doesn't know how to write women. But the thing is, write a person. Is it really that hard to write your characters like this? You don't need to say breasted breastily. Like, who needs it? I mean, I understand why some people, because of sexism. But, like, just write your characters. Just view your characters. That's my advice. You know, your characters, you should love your story. If you truly are passionate about what you're writing about, then I think it's a good story. If you aren't trying to, like, spread a message, if you aren't doing it for the sole purpose of spreading a message, and you're actually doing it because, like, I mean, not saying that spreading message stories are bad, but, like, here, let me try and phrase this. So, I think a story's good if the author truly cares about it. If it's about the cause that's pushed, or, you know, it has themes of something they went through, or maybe it's just they really like the characters. They find the story interesting. But loving your characters is the first step to being a good writer, because if you, the author, don't care about your characters, why should the audience? And it's also okay to have things which you think won't really go over well with your fans and stuff, or your audience, or whatever. Look at Kenna. Everyone loves Kenna, pretty much. Everyone I know loves Kenna. Actually, better yet, look at Spamton. Toby Fox thought that people would hate Spamton. And, you know, I think it's pretty obvious that people don't really hate Spamton. People are really fun. Oh my god, no. But so complex. And there's so much which like it could be important, but it isn't, and so many things that seem like they aren't important, but actually are. And I think I'm always going to be the person who loves the story most. I have even considered just calling it quits after Eye of the Needle. This is my one and done. But I have a few other ideas for stories. And they aren't nearly as high quality. At least not yet. But and they're also a lot more on the nose. Eye of a Needle, it has some trans representation. I myself am trans. But it is not really a super big plot point. It's mentioned, it's talked about, but there's not much more to the story apart from like you don't need to have a reason to have representation. Sometimes it's just you can just have it because, well, maybe you might have it because it's you. Sometimes you might have it because you can use art and sometimes. Oh God. Okay. Before going any further, I think I should cover this is So is typically don't see a lot of the because no one likes stories need conflict. And without conflict, you don't gain a good story. But a lot of the time a utopia is a dystopia, it's everything's great, but actually the food they're eating, it's crushed up babies. Crushed up like babies of it's a like crushed up babies of like poor people, and this is, and it's, there's no racism because everyone's the same race, because like murder, but like the thing is, I think the idea of a utopia is something which has some depth to explore. Because I don't think utopia everyone's happy. That might sound like a strange utopia. But think about it. Just because I think in the true utopia, people are allowed to be. I am a real people are beginning to evolve. Basically, there was this big thing that happened. This sort of apocalyptic world thing that happened. This is some heavy world building stuff. But so basically, in the apocalypse, you're not really going to care much about those petty things like slightly different things. Like, basically, the people who were the sort of us versus them mentality, we think don't survive. Because it's sort of post-apocalyptic. You need to work together to survive. That's what makes humanity... You know, we always talk about how humanity is so cooperative, and because we worked together, we got this far, but like... if only we could work with, you know, everyone. But... what happened is people who were bigoted and also just bigoted beliefs sort of, they didn't survive in Darwinism, you know. Structures, things sort of got set back to ground zero. And, you know, things, every single structure, every single system was destroyed, but, and people need to really fend for themselves and for each other. But this, people have become better. Like, the us extended literally anyone who utopian world, but also it's not like people aren't allowed to be dead. Like, it's just your problems in this world will mostly be internal. Of course, you can have some external problems. Like, you can still go through, like, a breakup. You can still... But, like... the general point is that there's not really anything super wrong in the world. Because the basic premise of the story is about a hero without a quest. And, you know, in a world with, like, racism, sexism, you know, discrimination of really any kind, it sort of undermines that general thing. The story only really works in a utopia. Because in a world where everything's fine and dandy, what exactly is there left to do? The main character doesn't really have a job. But also, everyone's basic needs are accounted for. So the main character doesn't really need a job. The basic sort of economic system is everyone's basic needs are accounted for, but like things like luxuries, like if you want an iPhone you need to have money, but like if you want like food, you don't need to work or starve. You don't need to worry about whether or not you'll be making enough to put food on. That's the type of utopia this takes place in. People aren't going to automatically be happy and just have everything they need to, you know, there's nothing, the odds aren't stacked against anyone, except for, like, disabilities. And the reason behind this is because I have two things, sort of. I'm neurodivergent. For one. And also, I have a condition. Like a physical condition, which ties in, it coalesces with some of my mental, you know, the brain stuff. And the thing is, like my physical condition doesn't really it's not something that you can really see on the surface. I haven't faced really any, you know, I haven't faced someone really being mean to me because of my condition. In fact, some people have laid off on being, you know, and I recognize that's a luxury, but, like, my problem is the fact that I can't that I don't know what I can eat. The fact that my diet is awful, and every single day it's sort of even evolved into an eating and even if I don't accept it, I'm lucky because I've gotten a lot of acceptance. But I recognize that I'm lucky, but it doesn't change the fact that I haven't. Less ashamed, but that's the question. that's not really going to be covered. And I will say, like, there are all kinds of technology because of magic. Like, it's not even, every place has a wheelchair. Wheelchairs are able to, like, really, you're able to go upstairs. You're able to, in fact, because of magic, a ton of disabilities are, thankfully, somewhat made, like, very manageable. It just requires more magic. But there are some things which not even magic is able to help. Persona, your disease is magic isn't something which is like done by the soul. It's something, it's a physical thing. Something that's like biological mechanisms. But some people just and there's like curses and stuff. No. Depending on the strength. Although it is mostly blindness and deafness. It's kind of like a lot. It's sort of a tough situation with blindness. Where, like, you're not able to see, but thanks to the magic of the world, you're able to much better sort of do something which has the effect of seeing, but not the same event. Which, nope. Then there's things like diseases have adapted. And there are several diseases which just can't be cured. And also, technically speaking, you can bring people back from the dead. But it's sort of Full Metal Alchemist. For there really is, it will always end up wrong. And it's incredibly difficult. It is a when No, here's... So basically, the general thing is, you won't find someone who doesn't have enough to eat. But you'll find someone who's mourning their grandma. You'll find someone who's going through a breakup. You'll find someone who's struggling with burnout. And people are still jerks. Living in utopia makes it's a good setting for more philosophy. Look at like Maslow's hierarchy, self-actualization. back to what it says. I think that trying to write a character is sort of a pretty bad way of looking at it. Because a character isn't a person. Lana, to me, is a person. A very specific person. She's basically just me. I hope it doesn't seem too self-indulgent. You know, I don't think Eye of the Needle's a good story, exactly. It's pretty messy. And really not very consistent. And you think, like, well, why are we making it? Why are we making a story we don't think is good? And it's because I care about the story. And I think that's more important. There's all kinds of plot lines which are just all over the place, all kinds of random things that just seem out of place. All kinds of sometimes okay. I'm not gonna be the next Shakespeare. And it's not a why bother trying, it's a why stress out trying to make a masterpiece when you can just make something that is you. back on at some of, not just mine, but my friends' old stuff, you know? And I had to give a theme to either meal. It would be that you should see life as a story, but you should see a story as life. And that's it's hard not to spoil her. Quite proud of the main gun. I'm also gonna just say the first 4 chapters are very different from the last 4 chapters. isn't even something intentional, really. It's just and I don't. If it was just the last 4 chapters, I feel like it would be an Alice in Wonderland situation. Isn't that an interesting idea? So something matters. Alrighty. Let's do this. You know what? I think this is a good place to stop.